Hey guys, this is Kat
And this is Kenny.
from The Final Couple, or we are The Final Couple.
We are the final couple.
We're driving to Little Rock, Arkansas, and we're going to do some horror activities. We already did some. Just got back from
Atlanta,
Atlanta, Georgia.
We went to the Netherworld, which is very familiar to, if anyone's ever been to Austin, Texas, we have something similar called House of Torment. But I have to say, the Netherworld did exceed all my expectations. That House of Torment was my first haunted house I've ever been to. I have nostalgia built around it, and they're actually really good. So if you ever are in the Austin, Texas area, definitely check it out. But the Netherworlds definitely blew it out of the water with its effects and their actors, their ambiance, just everything was so well done. I would even go as far as to say it blows a lot of the haunted houses from Universal Studios' Horror Nights out of the water, which I know is an unpopular opinion probably, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So it's definitely the best haunted house that I've ever been to. I've been to some good ones for sure. We've been to a few in Central Texas, but we had heard this is one of the best ones in the South, one of the best ones actually in the nation year over year.
It keeps getting ranked around the top 3.
And apparently this year there was a lot of updates. So you go through this kind of waiting room and immediately it was just very impressive. They had, I want to say the theme in the waiting room was like skeletons mixed with like maybe witchcraft and the occult.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And animals. It was like a great mix of all those things. So they had, it's a long, not a ridiculously long line, but you will be waiting like 20, 30 minutes.
I feel like we didn't wait that long. I would say about 10, 15.
Yeah, but we went on like a Thursday. I'm sure if you go closer to Halloween on a Saturday,
yeah,
you might be in this waiting room line for like 30 to 40 minutes on a really busy day.
Yeah.
And so I think they know that, and so they wanted to make that room just very visually appealing and just fun.
So it was just, overall, it was a really cool like aesthetic. Everything looked really good and cohesive and creepy and real.
So that was the first impression.
Yeah.
And then you begin the haunted house.
Yeah, they had like a good mix of the animatronics and people doing jump scares. Well, the actors, and you couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't, and I think that made for a lot of those jump scares. So at first I was like, this isn't that scary, and right when I would start to think that, someone would pop out and just do some kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, they also picked on you because
I feel like I'm just an easy target. They think, oh, she's gonna scream, which I did.
But every corner, it was super detailed. Like even if it was just like not moving piece of like a humanoid thing, was very good. And they had things that were moving, their animatronics that were also very well put together, where you couldn't tell if it was a human or an animatronic. And then of course the jump scares were great. They had to pop out of all of these places,
and there was a good amount.
Pretty crowded, which usually when you go through a haunted house and it's
can
crowded,
ruin.
It's not, you kind of see the scares coming.
Yeah,
but they had it down to a pretty good science to where it's still surprisingly, it got me here and there. And I'm not someone that gets startled too easily at the haunted houses.
No, he does. One of my favorite parts was the people flying on these like rope things, these
like acrobats kind of.
Yeah, something you would see in like a movie.
They would swoop down from high up places, and that's another thing is
they would swoop down
everything
low.
Was like very high up in the sky. They had like animatronics that
coming
were
down
16 to 20 feet high, so
right,
they would come down.
There was a lot of layers to it. It wasn't just what you were seeing in front of you. They were coming from all places, so that was really cool. We went to the horror nights in Universal, but that was 2023, and I have to say, another unpopular opinion, was not my favorite at all. I have heard that it was better this year, and unfortunately we will not be able to attend that. I'm really sad because I really wanted to see the Terrifier haunted house, but the Netherworld definitely blew it out of the park compared to the Universal 2023.
I will say, I mean, that was the best haunted house I've ever been through.
Yeah.
So that alone, even if everything else was horrible, it's definitely worth going and checking out.
Yeah, it was literally a day trip for us, and let me tell you, it was good. What am I trying to say? It was worth it. That was the word I was looking for. Worth it. Even after all
we
the
had-
hoopla
had
we
a
went
hoopla
through.
and a long day, so we were kind of tired.
Yeah,
And
we were like, oh
we were
gosh.
hoping that it was worth, but
And one day, I mean,
it was
we
worth
took 2 flights.
It
I
was
mean,
worth it, though.
yeah. All right. Well, I don't know.
We
what
recommend
this keeps
going.
We do recommend going. Definitely check it out. All right. Ciao. I don't know why I'm saying ciao. Check it out.